Alright. Okay, cool.
Yay!
I'll go with that. How many are there? I wish I could say there was more people, but it's just me. How have we got? Go for a full game. Camp Spooky. The stage of some of our dearest summers. It's weird that it's a different line there. Some of our dearest summers. Back when we were young and unafraid. With school far away, everything seemed possible as the sun embraced us on our way to camp. Summer has that distinct power, doesn't it? You live for the days, while the nights inebriate you with possibilities. It's like life could take a turn at every corner. And for us, it did. Who are you? We'll be Zambro, why not? My name is... Oh. Sam today. And I am a he.
Sure.
Just pack random, why not? One might say that the Monster Prom had hardened us for the highs and lows of love. But no, in love was absolute beginners. And summer camp was no different. No one talked about it, but the idea of summer love loomed over our heads. Close to the last day of camp, there was a meteor shower happening just 5 weeks away. Everyone knew that if you were into someone, you were going to watch the damn thing together. And so, silent yet powerful pressure invaded us. It was Monster Prom all over again. Everything seemed uncertain. Everything but one thing. Whoever we were asking on the meteor shower date, it was probably going to be one of the 6 coolest people on the bus. Joy Johnson Jojima, a badass witch who wanted to chill for a bit after saving the world countless times. I'm not sure if that's a V or an R. I'm just gonna assume it's a V. Avavi Mish. Oh no, it must be an R. I don't think it'd be Mishva. Plus the V's are different, so it's Aravi Mishra. 22. A hot-headed adventurer possessed by a curse, who had turned out to be the worst annoying roommate ever. Calculester Hewlett-Packard, version 1.1. A library computer who had become a sentient robot ready to experience life to its fullest. Dahlia Aquino, 20. A buff blue demon and warmonger who had set her sights on conquering summer next. Damien LeVay, 21. A fearless demon with tastes for destruction and a love of fire, not a fist of fire. And Milo Belladonna, 23. A Death Reaper doubling as an internet influencer, and was profoundly in love with life and all its earthly pleasures. The bus trip was long, and all of summer could be shaped by the first step well taken. And so it was clear. It all came down to breaking the ice. Man, I'm bad at reading. And causing a good impression with the right person. Which of these would be your favorite food? Like me personally. That would be a no. That would be a no. I don't drink wine. I don't fancy a USB stick. I don't fancy a punch in the face. So, I guess whatever gives me the best stats. I've been doing it too. It's super tough, right? It's almost impossible to get in all my daily nutrients. What do you mean? What? You mean you mean like your iron, fiber and stuff? Just take a multivitamin, duh. No. Who cares about that poop? I'm talking about the important nutrients. Strength, constitution, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Please take it. We should work on leveling our stats together this summer. Sounds good, wink. We only had 5 weeks left to woo our crushes and conquer their hearts. But as I already said then, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Yeah, Tom, I I don't know if you were present at the time, but I went to try and go into Phasmophobia, and
Okay, let's go.
by myself I kind of chickened out. Didn't get any evidence, just went, eh. Where should we go? Go to the... Yeah, it said that they were an adventurer. So we're gonna go to the woods. Today you decide to hike all the way across the woods. You want to see what's on the other side. It's a long and treacherous hike that ends up taking only an hour. I guess these woods aren't that big after all. How do you and your friends get lost in them so often? Anyway, it turns out there's a library on the other side of the woods. You go in and read some books or something. You gain 2+2 smarts. Oh, that sucks, man. You emerge into a clearing to find Aravi and Joy crouched around some thing. Perfect, maybe you can help us here. By help you mean silently drill over us before making some wacky decision that endangers us all? Then sure. Hey, don't knock wacky decisions that endangers us all. That's how I always manage to stay a step ahead of my nemesis. Nemesis. Not nemesises. Fair enough. Far be it from me to judge how another woman deals with a nemesis. Hecate knows I've got some unorthodox strategies of my own. And speaking of unorthodox strategies, I think we've run out of conventional methods for attempting to identify this creature. Oh, so it's a creature. That's more than you were able to figure out by looking at it. Gives you a mournful look with one of its fins. Hello, guys. I still say it's a salted pretzel, and we should just try eating it. For the last time, Hex. I'm not eating it until I know for sure what stat bonuses it'll give me. And I won't know that if we can't identify it. The creature, unperturbed, photosynthesizes defiantly. Well, judging by its aura, it's some kind of petrified seagull. The creature winks at you with either a mouth or an ether paw. But its droppings seem to indicate that it's more like an illustrated guide to how a bill becomes a law. The creature somehow acquires about a dozen more fingers. Oh god. It's like, ugh, just want to leave this rotten thing alone, but I'm consumed by the fire of discovery. I must know. So, what do you say, Joy? Is this the point in the adventure where you asked for aid from an unlikely ally? I guess it is. So what do you think? How can we figure this out? Figure out what this creature is? And don't say try having sex with it. I know where your mind is at. Sheesh. You sheepishly crumple up the big neon sign that reads try having sex with it. Time for plan B. Yeah, look up its call using Shazam. Anaconda. It's an anaconda. That was easy. Oh god. Don't you hear those retro bass? That retro bass line and those rapid fire filthy lyrics? That's Anaconda by Nicki Minaj. So obviously, as I was saying the whole time, this creature is just Nicki Minaj in a especially dope costume. Okay, first of all, you thought it was a salted pretzel. Second of all, this thing is neither the right shape nor size to be Nicki Minaj. But if it really is playing Anaconda, there's something else it might be. Hold on, let me consult the Eldritch Internet real quick. Joy's eyes roll back in her head as she communes with the all-knowing spirits which haunt the mortal plane. And also Google. Yep. Just as I suspected, this hideous abomination is a product of a marketing scheme that sells singles of Nicki Minaj's Anaconda in the forest. Oh, I'm loving this game. Through genetic engineering, music marketing, professionals sought to create a singing anaconda by combining DNA from an actual anaconda, Nicki Minaj's butt, and a falcon. Music marketing professionals aren't really very good at genetic engineering though. So the result is the puddle of misused genes we now see before us. So we shouldn't eat it. Not unless you want Aravi to be forced to twerk ceaselessly until she dies. No way. Then whose neck am I gonna haunt? Your motives are truly noble. Not your motives though. You just want to boink your campmates. And, at least right now, you seem to be on your way to achieving your goal. You gain +2 fun and +1 charm. Yeah!
Okay, let's go.
It's about night time. Let's go to the lake. Decide to bring a metal detector to the lake that day. You scour the beach for buried treasure. You find a keychain, a tin of stale cookies, which you eat anyway, a glowing chalice that the Knights Templar come to confiscate for some reason. But best of all, you might find some genuine silver-plated +2 fun. Score! After that, you're chillaxing on the shore when what feels like a slightly padded cannonball hits you in the back of the head. Aravi, oh my god, this is why you're supposed to say my ball so nobody else tries to dive for it and hurts themselves. What are you talking about? I paddle them on purpose. Physical aggression is the only way I know to express my interest in others. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Hex recently became obsessed with the Olympic volleyball and has cursed me with a plague of FOMO until I play a game with them. But since we're confined to one body, we can't really be on separate teams. So, want to play with us? Well, maybe it's just a concussion talking, but sure. You're always down to have some possibly violent You're always down for some possibly violent activities with. I'm really going to struggle with this name, just because of double A. So it's Aravi and Hex. But wait, this still isn't fair. Aravi and I are technically a two-person team. We can't play 2v1. Good point. More of having unfair advantages, being that I'm the hero and all. It seems a little much. Why don't you have your curse join your team too? That'll definitely be fair. You explain that, much like the majority of the general populace, you are not subject to a terrible curse. What? No way. If you don't have a curse, how do you explain your crippling anxiety, bad breath, and weirdly shaped elbows? Wow, thanks. Well, don't worry. I know tons of bougie curses that I can hook you up with. What do you want? Smile Dog? James Dean's little bee? OG curse of Spider-Man? Turn off the dark? Hard pass. You don't really trust that Hex has your best interest at heart. Besides, you'd rather impress these two by getting your own cool curse. How are you gonna do it? Attempt to retrieve a sacred artifact from the sacred volleyball temple. You climb to the top of Spike Mountain, where the sacred volleyball temple is hidden deep within a cave of summer spots. Ah, cool. I think I dated a curse that lurked around here one time. Or maybe that was the curse of the water polo temple. I don't know. At the front entrance, you find a talking lion head. Beware, young travelers, says the head. Heed my words, else you become cursed. When you enter, you may only touch the volleyball genie lamp. Do not be tempted to touch any of the other treasures. Also, be sure not to break any mirrors. Don't cross in front of any black referee cats. And for God's sake, do not deface the Haikyuu shrine. Sounds like a plan. You smash the mirrors, grab lots of gold trophies, and stat-boosting armored cleats for Aravi, and spray paint weave on the shrine. Well, thanks, a-hole, says the linehead. I guess I have to curse you. Today was supposed to be my day off. Ha! Mortals, am I right? While Hex bonds, you're possessed by the spirit of the volleyball-loving emperor who constructed this temple. He vows to haunt you until you play a fun game of volleyball with your friends. Score! Thanks for all the dope loot too. Hopefully you'll still be happy. I'll try and read that again. Hopefully you'll still be happy you gave it to me after I kick your butt in a 2v2 combat. For such a tiny girl, Aravi can really effing spike that ball. Also, Hex plays dirty and curses your feet to be stuck to the ground for pretty much the entire game. But you still have a really fun time. And after the volleyball emperor unpossesses you, he leaves with +2 fun and +1 creativity.
Tonight will be the night of the living dead.
You walk over to find Damien screaming about something. Aravi punched him in the head until he shuts up, but seeming oddly good spirits.
You need to get your anger under management.
Hey. You here for my unofficial anger management seminar? I tried to teach Damien some of the techniques that my therapist helped me master when I was still doing regular sessions with him. But all these techniques are f***ing stupid. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm breathing anyway. This doesn't help at all. You're supposed to be finding your zen while you're breathing. You cadmium red piece of poop. But stabbing the out of someone. Wow, nice. We've already been over this one. If you feel angry and you want to stab someone, you should count to 10. Then you stab them. But by then you're like way calmer about it. Ugh. Okay. 1, 2, 3. What comes after 3? I'm too angry to think about it right now. I hate maths. I'll stab Matt's right in his face. Stop! I'm trying to help you reach the true calm way I did, you stupid butthole. That's so peaceful, you will regret being this moronic about it. It's been going for almost half an hour. Do you know any way to shut them up? I'll owe you a life debt. Let's start at the beginner level of not holding a grudge. Not physically holding the movie, the grudge. Damien, don't let Ravi boss you around. You've been angry for so long. By now, if there were an anger factory, you'd be the anger manager. Let's go with this one. Hey, no way. I'm not giving up my copy of The Grudge. Why not? It's a good movie. But it's not like it belongs in the Halls of Fame alongside Titanic and Good Burger. Well, no, I don't even like it that much. But I'll be damned if I sell it just because you bleep nuggets told me to. But why are you even holding on to a movie you don't enjoy that much? That spark joy? I don't know.
Huh?
Something my therapist taught me is that if you're having a trouble letting go of something, you need to hold it in your hands and ask yourself, does this bring joy in my life? I use that technique to purge half of the low-level potions that were cluttering my inventory. And I threw out the other cursed necklace I had. Jinx. What? You told me Jinx went away to curse other happy dogs and unsuspecting innocents on a farm in the countryside. Hey, while you noobs were having feelings, I sold the DVD on eBay. I do kind of feel less angry, actually. Do you think if I sell more of my old poop, it'll feel better? Oh yeah, definitely. But only if you donate all the money to Hex Needs More Bagel Funds. You three have fun selling Damien's stuff online. You sell his Angry Birds plushies, his 6-pack of Angry Orchard hard cider, his copy of Rage for Xbox 360.
I'm a pro camper.
Damn, this is really cathartic. Especially since I started selling other people's stuff that I sold when they really annoyed me. Yeah. Stealing things from NPCs and trading it for gold is a great coping mechanism.
Free XP for everyone.
If they really annoy me or give me a quest I don't want to do, I just break their really large collection of pots, in which they tend to hide all their money. Yeah, I love anger management. Can we do that now? Of course. You, Damien, and Ravi break into strangers' homes and start throwing their dishware on the ground. Stealing all the cash inside.
Yeah.
Yes, bathe me in your broken pottery. I am the anger management sensei. It's great to see us so nice and relaxed. Therapy truly works wonders. Hey, the first week went well, I think. Where do we want to go next? Go to the lake again, why not? You're in the lake sunbathing. It's kind of relaxing, but hella boring. What's the issue? Have you lost your ability to have some fun unless you're playing video games or partying in wild raves? Ah, no. You see the problem now. You didn't put on sunscreen, but fun screen, which has a fun protective factor of 50. You wash the fun screen away with some water and put on some sunscreen. There you go. You prevent some sunburn and gain +2 fun. After surviving that, you meet up with Aravi to check out the new dungeon she's been telling you about. A 3-hour hike and several side quests later, you're finally there, but something seems a little off. The hell? All the loot's just been coat hangers and arranged in shops. Where's my hype battle music? It's just the bloodless covers of 90s soft rock hits. A troll leaps out from behind a fake fern. Prepare for a random encounter, he cries. Now that's more like it, let's go! With flavor, he continues, displaying a tray of piping hot cinnamon pretzel bites. Try a pretzel prison, located on floor B2. Come on, this is dumber than speccing into defense for solo DPS build. I don't know. I don't know, Ravi. These pretzel bites are pretty dope. I'd say we hear them out. The pretzel bites aren't saying anything. If they were, I would at least be interesting. Ugh, who ruined this dungeon? I think you mean who significantly increased the property value of this dungeon, my little money bundle. The name is Mr. Papez, CEO. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm the one responsible for turning this literal hole in the ground into a prime investment opportunity. Dungeons are terrible businesses. They don't charge admission, they carry enormous legal liability, and the adventurers are always carting off merchandise for free. Ugh, whatever. The only business that belongs in a dungeon is the none of yours kind. Come on, Hex, let's go back to camp. Don't you mean, let's go back to mall? That's right, I've purchased Camp Spooky, and I'm turning it into another shopping mall. After all, the employees of this shopping mall need somewhere to shop, don't you agree? You villain! I'll show you how a real adventurer shops, by stabbing you, and then taking your organs, because that's how I get most of my loot. You fool! You think mortal weapons can harm me? I have 6 guys on your retainer whose job it is to get stabbed on my behalf. You'll have to do better than that. Damn, he's right. I can't beat him alone. I need some form of anti-capitalistic adventuring party. But Arabi's got no idea where to start, and Hex is too busy watching reruns of Wife Swap to contribute. It's up to you to suggest the perfect team up. So we could do small business owners, because small business owners hate big business. Gather local entrepreneurs to form a small business mecca. Or we can seek out a powerful and secretive order of e-commerce. It said that no shopping mall can stand against them. Let's make a small business mecca, why not? That's brilliant. The area around Camp Spooky is indeed home to many vibrant small businesses, most of which cater to the camp's constant need for replacement buildings and medical supplies. Come on, let's form a mecca. Alright children, you have fun. I'll just be over here, growing steadily wealthier. Several hours of community organization later, you stand before an army of local business owners, ready to lay down their lives to oppose the shopping mall menace. So what's the plan? Perhaps Gil the contractor / Werebison should form the head, as he has the most construction experience. You were kind of thinking you would form the head. You motion over a couple of small business owners and stand on their shoulders. That's not a mecha you're forming, that's a human pyramid. You smugly point out that it can't be a human pyramid if it's made of monsters, can it? Anyway, it's not that. It's way cooler than that. If you ask Elvira the seamstress to sew a couple of goblins to your arms. You want her to sew goblins to your arms? What will that accomplish? They're not sweet arm cannons, and I doubt you can even lift them. You explain that if... You explain as if, oh, this is not going to go well. Week 1 went perfect. Week 2 is going bad. You explain as if Aravi is a little child. Obviously, the goblins will carry guns, which they fire. Plus, bonus, they'll gain nutrients from the food you eat. So they won't have to stop shooting to have lunch. Hold on, I think I saw 3 movies about this. You're really trying to... You're trying to make a really complicated human centipede. Last time you explained it's not a human centipede if everyone is... Ah, why did I do that? I've just skipped 2 things. Let me read them all out and then just skip 2. Why did I do that? That's a lot of XP, yeah, I know. You think of everything as a monster from an RPG and it's adorable. You do not want to be around for this. Let's go. Hex curses. Ravi's legs just no choice but to GTFO, leaving you alone with your nasty small business centipede project. No, my charm, my smarts. Yeah, week 2 is going bad.
My favorite camp location, the sleeping bag.
So let's hit the lake again. You spent the day playing in the lake. Everything is fun until you're mesmerized by a strange song. It's the sirens. They try to lure you with that beautiful chants, but you know better and challenge them to a riff-off. They kick your butt, but you definitely have a lot of fun. More specifically, +2 fun. You meet Aravi and Hex afterwards for some yoga, and are shocked to discover that it actually is yoga. Namaste. I saw a 2-minute yoga video on Instagram and now I'm obsessed. Did you know that it involves breathing? How exotic. At first I was annoyed at Hex for making me do this, but I'm actually super into it. I'm gonna get so effing relaxed my head will explode. Did someone say sausages? No, nobody said sausages. That's okay, Scott. One of the days someone will have said sausages and then they'll be sorry. Thanks, Polly. Well, if you guys aren't talking about sausages, what are you doing? We're doing yoga. I even found this pose that's perfect for you. It's called the upward facing dog. We all know about up dog and its evil twin, downward facing dog. We're yoga masters with an S. Really? You guys know about yoga? Is that why you're so relaxed all the time? Yep, that's why I'm so relaxed all the time. And for no other reason. We discovered yoga a while back. Found it kinda underwhelming. But we stuck with it. Made it better. Now we can proudly say that we're the best yogaists in the world. Psst, Polly, do you think it's yogazoids? Well, no way you guys are yoga experts. You're right, because we're yoga masters. Duh. And no one's ever gonna beat our yoga. High score. High score, you're saying? 200,000 yoga points in a single session. It's unbeatable. No, nothing is unbeatable. I just need the right strategy. But what is it? Yoga pants are all well and good, but to be a true yogazoid you need a set of legendary yoga armor. The key to yoga is a sequence of poses, specifically up dog, down dog, left right, left dog, right dog, B dog, dog start. I really want to click that one, but I also want to click that one just because that might employ going on, not employ, yeah, well, I'm just going to click this one. Legendary yoga armor? I had no idea such a thing existed. You looted a set from your last bloody raid on Lululemon, but never wore it because F exercise. Oh, check out this yoga breastplate, +20 to breathing in and breathing out. And these yoga greaves, +32 flexibility when flanking an enemy. Of course, let's not forget about the boots of yoga, +50 kicking someone in the face so hard their head explodes. Meditatively. Thanks for the armor. I'm about to use it to kick some tranquil butt. Naravi dons a yoga armor and proceeds to bust the most insane series of yoga moves you've ever seen. What? Don't believe it. Hey yoga! Yoga level. It's over 9,000! Ravi Yoga's so hard she beats Yoga and starts over with Yoga Plus, which she then also beats. Turns out Yoga Plus is just yoga with more twerking, but you're not complaining. Completing Yoga Plus, Aravi's eyes begin to glow with an unearthly light and she floats off the ground. No, it can't be. Whee! I have achieved Nirvana. The world of attachments no longer has any hold on me. I am free from the wheel of samsara which binds us to the circle of suffering. Hey, that gives me plus 10 to my wisdom stat. Sick. I'll use it to let a fire spell. Looks like Aravi's not totally free of the world attachments after all, which is good. Because you saw this, she might be becoming attached to you. You gain plus 2 fun, plus 1 boldness. Nice. Might have recovered a little bit.
Marshmallows.
You find Aravi scribbling into a trusty notebook. Damien is peeking not so inconspicuously at her from behind the rock that's right next to her face. Damien, stop trying to peek. Told you to go away.
You need to learn from the pros.
How did you know I'm here? I can't see you. That means you can't see me either. I'm invisible. Do you not understand object permanence or something? Object what? Sounds like nerd crap. Can I just read your notebook already?
I want to talk about my feelings.
I said no, it's private. Would you let Hex read it? I do not let Hex do anything. Hex brings chaos wherever these fit. And I just kind of have to roll with it.
Get cursed, loser.
Right you are, girl. Speaking of which, I'm bored. Seems like a good time for an unhappy, embarrassing accident curse. Just then, a totally unrelated gust of wind blows through and rips the notebook right out of Aravi's hands. It falls open on the ground and reveals a bunch of doodles of a buff, leather-clad girl cluffing. There. Buff, leather-clad girl stabbing, not clothing. I don't even know what clothing is, I don't know if that's even a thing. Stabbing a wimpy-looking red stick figure. Are these plans to murder me? You said this was your therapy journal. It is. I find those drawings to be very therapeutic. But they aren't murder plans, they're ancient hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphics I've been studying. Hex, tell him. Sorry, I zoned out. Did Damien see our murder plans yet? I said there weren't murder plans. Everybody leave me alone. Ravi could easily deny this for forever. She has the advantage on deception checks. It's settle this argument. Are they murder plans or not? Oh god. I think I'll go with this one. What's a little murder between friends? Look, I've totally had this murder notebook dedicated to Aravi this whole time. You do? You really want to murder me? I don't know what to say. No way. Violence and murderous intent is my and Aravi's thing. Ooh, I smell a murder triangle. This is better than The Bachelor. You whip out your Aravi murder notebook. She pages through it slowly, her eyes sparkling. Wow, this is so detailed. You've correctly listed all of the poisons I'm weak to. My favorite romantic locales to be caught unarmed and unaware. You've even drawn a cute chibi art of us, knife fighting each other. You must really care a lot about murdering me. So? We're way overthinking our approach. Down in hell, we just meet up for a night, put a bullet in each other's head, and ghost each other, literally, because we're dead. Have you no honor? Clearly, they're a respectable assassin, unlike you. He knows how important it is to use proper protection when murdering. At least has the decency to get to know me before putting a hit on me. I'd like to see you put your money where your mouth is. I doubt you can murder me, but you can surely try. She cackles and runs off, probably to plot some attacks on you. Can't believe you got murder consent from Aravi. It's the most consent she's ever given you. Score! What'll it be then? I'll use my skills. Let's have drinks. Yeah, hands come and go. Little time to think. If you don't choose a drink quickly, someone else may take it. It's push or get pushed. So from the looks of things, I want anything that's fun or bold. These drinks, look, choose whatever you want. But I'm not responsible for whatever you put in your mouth. I'm a wizard in training. You're to test my concoctions as somewhere between kind and reckless. So, get ready and good luck. Excuse me. Can I pick this one? Can I don't understand what I'm doing. I got a brain one. Margarita.
Ding.
Oh, nice. I'll take it. Give me a bit more smarts. You know what? Let's hit the woods. By hiking through the woods, you accidentally step over a pile of leaves covering a massive hole. It was a trap. An evil goblin hunter. Is it a goblin who hunts or someone who hunts goblins? You'll never know, appears. They were the one who put the trap out there. This is it. You're done. You get ready to embrace death. But the goblin hunter only set the trap to get someone to help to do their math homework. They'll only let you leave if you help them, but you don't actually have any other option here. It's a bit boring, but you actually learn something useful. Calculus. You get +2 smarts. You're hoping to run into your gal Aravi, but so far she hasn't been in any of the places you expect. The mines, the dungeons, the forest. You heard Camp Spooky was doing an arts and crafts pop-up session, so you go over to pass the time. And are shocked to find Aravi already there. Yes, this slump-molded earthenware masterpiece will be my finest works yet. Oh, hello there. Welcome to my purgatory of boredom and suffering. You mean craftatorian, potdom, and creating? No, I meant what I said the first time. In that case, can we make a no complaining our next rule of compromise? Because you're harshing my pottery buzz. See what I have to put up with? I just get super into any random activity that I see on TV and immediately wants to go try it. I watched a documentary on Mesopotamia, and all they took away from it was pot, and immediately threw themselves into this obnoxious new hobby. They've been leaving little curse-shaped clay prints all over my nice new adventuring gear. Which is why you've been which you've been wearing, because I graciously agreed to accompany you on quests. Just like you graciously indulge my hobbies, too. See? That's how this give and take works. I want to give you a punch in the face and take all this clay away from you so we can do something less boring. You think watching paint dry is boring? Try watching clay dry. At least painting is a picture of at least a painting is a picture of something. You think watching paint dry is boring? Try watching clay dry, at least That's true. Oh, that was supposed to be a mocking tone. Why can't you let yourself enjoy my newfound love of pottery? Pots are beautiful. The only time I ever care about pots is when I can smash them and get rupees. That may be the only circumstance in which Aravi cares about pots. But one circumstance is better than no circumstances. You know just how to use it. We'll go with that one. Some kind of adventuring genius. Why did I never think of that? Because that's definitely not how that works. Psh, you have little faith. You'll be eating your words on a Cheetos M&M bagel sandwich. I do love those. When I come out of this situation with unlimited money, you and the Ravi set to begin making a pot together, ghost style, at the pottery wheel. Super romantic. I'm going to dive into an entire chamber full of rupees and swim through them. Or at least it would be if Arabi was slightly less fixated on the prospect of infinite money. But you guys are getting to touch each other and stuff, so whatever. You and Arabi finish crafting your first pot. It's not terrible. It's not perfect, but some of those floors could be hit with the proper glaze. No glaze, just smash! Smash the phone before taking it off the wheel, and yet? Holy sh... How are the rupees in there? You put them in while I wasn't watching? Nope. It's like you've never been on an adventure before, Hex. Smash pots, get rupees. I'm amazed and don't know what to say. Say you'll watch me make the crap out of more, make the crap out of, and subsequently break the crap out of, a whole bunch of rupee spawning pots. Ravi goes on the pot making frenzy. Her eyes gleam as she throws pot after pot, both throwing a pot on the wheel and throwing a pot at the wall. Rupees raining. You know, given the cost of materials, she actually isn't making a huge profit with this strategy. But even as fast as she's going, her pottery technique is actually improving. Like the lip of that last pot was much more even than the one before, and the thickness is getting more consistent. The timeless eternal words of the ancient Mesopotamians. Hello lit fam, yeet. Hex has a great time getting to review Aravi's pottery skills. Aravi has a great time getting rupees, and you have a great time getting +2 creativity and +1 charm. Yay.
So many choices.
Forest again, winner. While you're hiking through the woods, you find a little clearing with a beautiful blue pond. Thank you, Brian. There's a very handsome man staring deeply into the pond. He's talking to his reflection like it's another person. A person he really, really wants to passionately hug. You swipe his wallet while he's not looking and find out his name is Narcissus. He is not an organ donator, but and he's one punch away from getting a free smart water at 7-Eleven. Well, he's definitely not going to be using that anytime soon. You head to the gas station and get +2 smarts from your smart water. After that, you head to the lake with Hex and Aravi. Aravi testing out her new Zora armor. You're helping Hex chug as much of the lake water as possible.
Such big stats.
This is so awesome, you guys. I can breathe underwater and do a whirlpool attacks. God, I'm so glad I spent... Jesus Christ. 200 million rupees on these reefs.
Nice.
Sorry, my mouth was full of lake water and I was trying to say, F yeah, this is funnish. It's fun as crap. Lake time with Sam today. Effing classic vibes. Suddenly, you'll hear a weird voice calling out to you from across the lake. Hail adventurers! Heed my message! You look over and see a messenger emerging from the trees, holding a leather scroll. He looks super stressed out. Oh, the messenger looks familiar. I swear I recognize him. Maybe someone I cursed in the past. Adventurer Army! Adventurer Hex! Adventurer Sam today! I have searched for many moons to deliver. Yeah. You've got an important message for us. Life or death, blah blah blah. We know the deal. Give me the scroll, noob. messenger gives Ravi the scroll, but right after it, he collapses into the ground. He appears to be dead. Psh, that has stamina potion, am I right? Anyway, looks like the scroll says venture into the northern woods. Bring this scroll. The ring of sustenance awaits you.
Adventure awaits.
You guys, the scroll has a main quest energy. It's kinda weird, but I bet it's an invitation to it. No pass dungeon. Oh, I can smell the loot already. Holy crap. Hold everything. I just realized why I recognize this manager. He's an actor. I saw him on TV, in a commercial. That new bagel place that's opening around here. Then, if he's an actor, that can only mean that the Ring of Sustenance is a new bagel store. Ravi, that scroll is dope-ass guerrilla marketing advertisement, yes. No. It's definitely a dungeon invite. Not everything's about bagels, Hex. And the Ring of Sustenance is a super dumb name for a bagel store. Psh, not everything has to be about dungeons, well, Miss Dungeon Liker. You know what, Hex? I do like dungeons. I'm not ashamed of it, you green fart cloud. Half my shots. Loser ass, Sundari ass, RPG ass, nasty spammy ass, falling bitch. Koopa Troopa looking ass beat. Oh hell yeah, waiting for Hex and Ravi to have an argument so you can support one of them in a heroic gesture of romantic friendship. Pick a side. That's no actor and I can prove it. By hurling his corpse into the sea. I think that Mister is an actor, so I don't think he's actually dead. It probably wouldn't be super true to throw.
Yeah.
Let's hurl his corpse in the sea! He's very psyched about your corpse hurling idea. You three drag the corpse to a nearby cliff, overlooking a majestic stormy ocean. Damn, those are some big waves. Kinda makes you think about how small and insignificant we all are, am I right? Psych! The ocean can eat my butt. Shut up, Hex. Okay, time to hurl. I'm thinking we do a classic dead or alive test. We toss it in. If it floats, it was a corpse. If it doesn't float, then we get all the experience points for killing the messenger. It's a win-win. I can't believe I put the piece of roll blasted goldfish in it. And be the effing voice of reason here. I hate being the voice of reason. It's not a vibe. Well, that makes zero sense. We got totally distracted. Even if you prove this guy's actually dead, that doesn't help us figure out the scrolls. Just let me throw this corpse in the ocean. I know it doesn't help that much, but I really want to toss him. I haven't thrown the body off the cliff in like 2 whole months. You know what? You do it. Eat that man back into the mother ocean. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hurrah! You throw the messenger in the ocean. His body hits the water, making a huge splash. You all have a big laugh about it, high-five each other. See? Totally proves my point. Throwing corpses into the ocean, into the sea, kicks butt. Still think I'm right about the bagel shop, but I'll admit that splash was dope. Now let's blindingly follow this scroll to the northern woods. We're officially making you our third party member for this quest. Now you're only level 3. But don't worry, I'll keep you safe over in the dungeon. Just stay close to me, okay?
Tonight will be the night of the living dead.
And you're craving a healthy dose of attention from your peers when you spot Dahlia and Ravi by the campfire. So once I ripped his biceps off, he pretty much knew I'd won. But he still agreed when I asked him to get in a quick makeout before I delivered the mortal blow. So awesome! Oh my god. Dahlia, you boss blue babe, you are so bad. Looks like Dahlia and Ravi and Hex are conducting one of the classic girl talk sessions. You butt in as usual. You can join in our girl talk if you want. You better be conversing at the You better be conversing at the top of your game. Today we're discussing ultimate girl talk subject, crushes. However, you drew the short bone and rabbit spine. Yo, first, who's your secret crush? The rules of a girl talk is dictate that you have to tell us, or at least give us hints. Whoa. So Ravi about to admit that she has emotion? And that emotion is romantic in nature? And she has feelings towards another person? Another Balax? Come on you guys, do I really have to say it? Ugh. If I have to admit, I've always had a secret crush on that centaur mini-boss that lives right outside the woods. Are you serious? Is that why you keep taking those patrol shifts of the forest perimeter? Those were 3 AM. Whatever. It's kind of embarrassing, but he's pretty buff. I hear all the muscle squelching sounds when I crush him. What? Okay, I admit mine. I have to say yours, Dahlia. Tell us, who's your secret crush? Kinda tough because I usually just tell someone directly I'm crushing them. Don't really bother keeping my crushes a secret. But I guess my current #1 crush is Timothy Chalamet. Can't stop fantasizing about crushing him. Just be one of my boots. Just one of my boots could crush all his bones. We're meant to be. Dear God, by crushes, Dahlia and Rafi literally meant people they want to crush. Every time I get a new crush, I totally get this intense feeling of butterflies in my stomach. Lasts right until I stomp the last drop of blood out. Hee hee. Ha, I get that too. I'm kinda jealous. I don't like anyone else to crush my victims. What about you? Any crushes we should know about? Oh god, I've got like 4 charm. I'm crushing on someone, I go all in. I gear up with every weapon I can think of. Are you blushing right now? Or is that just a side effect of that poison wine potion you drank earlier? What kinds of equipment are you talking about? And, oh, what items do you really keep in your quick draw? Anything really dangerous? You start describing all the raw materials in your inventory, including your gold and iridium ores. You slowly talk her through your ranged weapons. Wow, when do you get so much inventory space? You've got a merchant town in your pockets. Finally, you show Aravi the first item in your quick draw, your magic wand. Its core is made of mistletoe and ancient whale grease. With a +6 buff to your spellcasting. And best of all, it's made of body-safe silicone. Dear gods, that sounds like some effing top-notch equipment. It's also upgraded. Yeah, it sounds like you got some gear worthy of a warrior. Hey, do you ever find that your equipment comes in handy for boning? Happens to me all the time. Oh, it's not like any of us were thinking about the loot uses for that wand. Like, for example, how good it would feel if you used it with some climbing rope. I was like, ... Anyway, we should change the subject. We'll finish up the girl talk by debating which of Timothy Chalamet's bones would be the most fun to crush. Now they take off afterwards, but Ravia grabs you by the sleeve. I'm kind of impressed with some of that inventory stuff you were talking about back there. Guess you're not as bad at girl talk as I thought you were. Maybe we could battle sometime and see who crushes who. Hell yeah. Ravi is going to crush all the cartilage on your face. You're going to crush her heart. With the power of summer romance. Alright, let's go to the woods. During our hike through the woods, you find a baby bird that's falling out of its nest. You nurse him back to health with some delicious trail mix. You also give him some advice on property. Not property, puberty, whoops. And how to do his taxes when he grows up. Then Mama Bird finds you. She's upset that you're holding her baby and tries to peck your eyes out, but you fight her off. You've learned an important lesson today. Don't mess with birds. You gain +2 smarts. A few hours later, you're out adventuring with Arabi and Hex. I'll follow the scroll from that messenger. Now you are deep in the northern woods. You've already found several environmental puzzles and a few cryptic clues. With each solved puzzle, you draw close to the secret location of the Ring of Sustenance. Strangely, all the puzzles and clues so far have been vaguely bagel themed. Whoa, once I rearrange all these glowing stones to sell locks, a scroll appeared. There's some guerrilla bagel shop marketing. There's promo slaps.
Shut up, Hex!
Last time, Hex. These clues are leading us to a dungeon. Another bagel stall. It's so obvious. Ugh, you'll see when you get there. What does the scroll say? Whatever, bagel hater. The scroll says, you're near the end of your quest, triumphant adventurers. Walk 2 miles north. The ring awaits you there. Whoa.
Ah.
Finally, we solved these annoying intro puzzles. Now we get to dive headfirst into some sweet dunge. Although I hope it's multi-leveled with super complicated layout.
Bagels.
Notes. But just in case it ends up being a bagel shop, I should prep first. To make sure my patented cream cheese utility belt is full of maximum flavors. Gross. Also, yeah, we should get ready. Should head back to my stash and optimize my inventory. I'm all short range, high damage right now. You know what I mean. He puts a bag over your head and leads you to the nearest fully stocked weapons stash. He starts reviewing her inventory. Okay, so I gotta pack enough for a full dungeon run. Let's go with 20 green potions for healing, 20 red potions for mana, 400 apples in case I need a quick +5 health, 128 different crafting materials, dungeons are all predictable. You never know when the mini-boss is gonna be weak against Iridium Core. I have my weapons, lobby. As of now, I've got 8 swords, 14 crossbows equipped, each with slightly different attack and range stats. All of those are 100% necessary.
Boring.
Damn, Aravi. Hoarders my hoarding addiction gold. They want their observed collection of useless crap back. Okay, I have one last inventory slot open. Ooh, I know. I'll take my Axe of Golden Demise. I looted it off a Lightning Warlock mini-boss last week. Screw that. You know we share inventory space. I need that slot. I'm planning to get it covered in schmear. I'm gonna take my package of 200 paper napkins. Napkins? A complete waste of inventory space. I'm gonna be fighting to survive in that dungeon, okay? I don't have time for your snack food nonsense. Dude, you take up like 99% of the inventory space. Can't you give me one slot? What do you learn to... what do you learn how to share? The toilet school? Ravi and Hex are fighting again. But luckily for them, you're an expert in conflict resolution. What's the best use for Ravi's last precious inventory slot? I'll go with this one. You have a dumb lie to trick me and impress it. Aravi, I'm not gonna fall for it like the other idiots around here. No, he's right. The Axe of Golden Demise is a pinnacle of bread slicing weaponry. I'll prove it. Aravi equips the Axe of Golden Demise as a default weapon, as now has immunity to lightning based attacks. Alright, I'm ready. Now I just need a test bagel. Hex, you got one? You know I do. 7 pulls a bagel out of thin air. It's impressive, but also unsettling. Where did that bagel come from? Was it in that pocket? Or is it one of Hex's supernatural abilities? Have they summoned bagels? I'm the narrator. Even I don't know. Throw the bagel at me, hard as you can. I'll show you the true power of the axe of golden demise. Leave it. Whatever. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Bagel yeet! Bagel flies through the air and Aravi slices through it perfectly. The axe of golden demise shimmers as its legendary blade parts the bread in twain. Aravi's technique was so flawless that she somehow toasted the bagel. One side lands in Hex's hand and the other lands in your hand. Toasted. Oh my god, I was so wrong. This thing is awesome. F the napkins. This is unbelievably sharp murder weapon. It's the ultimate bagel eating accessory. Poggers. Yep, I didn't read the flavor text. Didn't you read the flavor text? The axe was crafted by a legendary blacksmith who was made out of bread, right? Thanks. Really wanted to test out this bad boy. When I get to the dungeon, I'll slaughter a goblin in your honor. Once again, your conflict resolution skills have saved the day. Now prepare yourself. The ring of sustenance awaits.
I just want to chill.
That day in the woods, you'll find a monstrous portal to an unknown dimension. Whoa. You're not so stupid that you jump into it yourself this time, but you decide to tie a chipmunk to it, to a string and throw it in there. You pull the chipmunk back, expecting it to be dead or at least warped by the interdimensional travel, but it turns out whatever's on the other side of the portal taught the chipmunk calculus. And somehow very cogent arguments about gender identity. You and the chipmunk have a long, insightful conversation, and he helps you with your summer homework. You gain +2 smarts. You meet up with Aravi and go hunting. You figure it'll be a zany adventure full of hilarious mishaps, but then kill the deer in one shot. Damn, I'm good. Tight. Now can we get some burgers? What? No. Skinning, butchering, and dressing the deer's carcass is the most important part of the hunt. That's where you get the loot. Loot, loot, loot. It's always a loot. Aren't I enough loot for you? Is your cursed necklace always wants burgers? Oh, speaking of burgers, let's go get some. Abby does her best to ignore her curse's burger lust while she strings up the deer. You're beginning to worry there won't be any wacky opportunities to earn affection. She nonchalantly skins the deer, cleans its hide. Ugh. Why does she have to be so sexily competent at woodcraft? Yo, I'm pretty competent at woodcraft. One might say sexily competent. But there's one area where I feel I could stand to improve. Ooh, maybe this is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Ravi deftly slices the meat off the carcass and packages it for transport. Killing deers is easier than killing monsters. The XP is good, and the loot's not bad, but I haven't fully optimized the process. There's so much of the deer that I don't use, you know? I wish there was some creative ways to use the rest of the body. Ooh, I have an idea. I know what you could do. If your idea is go get burgers, I don't want to hear it. For your information, it was go get burgers while wearing a pair of deer antlers, but go ahead, stifle my creativity. Thank you, I will. What about you? Any brilliant ideas? So many, but if you had to pick just one. I don't think that's how it works. That's kind of gross. So we're gonna go with this one. The ethical, sustainable option. Growing new deer from the livers of other deers. Don't think that's how new deers are made. Says the one whose best idea was eat burgers while cosplaying. Let's eat some kidneys. Let's plant some kidneys. You don't have to be told twice. Planting kidneys is kind of your thing. In no time at all, you've buried the organs, watered and fertilized them. Moments later, two slick, veiny deer pull their way out of the ground, fully grown. Look around wildly. Sick! Free kills! Ravi shoots both reindeer dead, strings their corpses, skins them, birds their kidneys. Soon 4 bewildered deer have sprouted up in their place. Ha! I'll teach you to get born, take this! Ravi kills 4 deers and does the same to them. Getting so much XP! I've heard about talk about people farming kills, but I had no idea they meant it so literally. Man, what a life hack. I haven't had this much fun since I found that infinite rare candy. What have I done? Nothing can stop a Ravi's bloodlust now. The newborn deer gaze at you in horror, their short, terrifying lives come to an end one after another. You almost feel bad about this mass slaughter you've instigated, but hey, you're not trying to F the deer. Hex makes burgers for from the remains, and you gain +2 fun, +1 charm. Nice.
Sitting, my favorite activity.
And down here we go. Later, you'll find Joy and Aravi hanging out near the campfire. This is normal. They're gathered around an eerie, blood-stained skull, made entirely out of gold and valuable jewels. It looks priceless beyond words. This isn't normal. It's so beautiful, and it looks anatomically accurate. I wonder if they used a real skull as a mold, or if it's an actual skull cast in gold. Either way, it's badass. So pretty that I don't want to eat it. Have you ever felt that way? I've never felt that way before. Is this love, you guys? Is this feeling love? I mean, this thing is both. 1, a dangerous magic object with incarnate power, and 2, an insightful metaphor about how capitalism entombs our minds in endless greed. You're asking what the F is up with his wax skull. Oh, this? Isn't it obvious? It's a MacGuffin. That is, an object that's going to be very necessary to the plot and central to the motivation of the main characters. You're totally right. You have no idea what the skull is for, but you can feel the narrative importance of radiating of it. We're not really sure what the skull actually does, or where it comes from, or if it's cursed and actually going to drive us to a fit of insanity. That makes us eat our own hair, but literally who cares? A MacGuffin this awesome is guaranteed to have a huge narrative payoff. That was so satisfying. This is going to be such a good start to my next adventure. Excuse me? Say your next adventure? Ravi, when we stumbled upon this golden skull, that strange altar in the ruins of the Temple of Istus, I think it was pretty obvious it was there for me, and I'm the main character. Ha! That's hilarious. Joey, sorry to burst your bubble, but you're definitely a B-tier side character for comic relief. Your bit that you think that you're the main character? I've got everything a main character needs. Emotional backstory, bloodlust, high DPS, and you know I'm gonna add that 6 skull to my inventory too. Rafi, I really do understand where you're coming from, because of this deep empathy that makes me such a good leader and natural protagonist. But I'm afraid you're sorely mistaken. The skull is mine, and certainly, I'm certain that it's going to inspire at least a 3-episode arc. It's going to be way more, it's way more in my genre than yours. But you guys are both wrong. I'm the main character. This is a local multiplayer comedy dating sim video game. And that skull is made of chocolate. Whoever the main character is, you're sure of one thing, it's not you. So help decide which one of these honeys gets the MacGuffin. According to D&D Beyond, this item has +3 Constitution modifier and best wielded by someone with a high armor class. Only a Ravi could use it properly. You recognize this skull from somewhere. You whip out your Dungeon Master's Guide and flip to the inventory catalog, where you find the entry for the Scun of Olmec. Ravi grabs your DM guide and starts waving it in Joy's face. It's pretty adorable. Joy, look! I totally get the skull because this book said so. It's It's right there in the page and everything. You love books so much. So you'll just have to trust this one. Remember how you're always being annoying and wanting to read books by yourself? Maybe you can read this one. Spoiler alert, it says I'm writing your own. Yeah. Best book ever. Read and weep. Catty, help me. Alright, Ravi. Out of respect for books, I'll back down. Enjoy the MacGuffin, you obnoxious Cinderella. Joy leaves. You're expecting Ravi to investigate the skull, but she's way more interested in your DM guide. Whoa, have you seen all the cool gear in this book? Listen to this. There's an item called the Mental Health Kit. It's imbued with the power of 3 therapy sessions. Holy crap, that's dope. Check out the Infinite Stream Collapser. It has magic that combines every TV streaming service into one mega stream. I can watch it all. Oh my god, there's so much to choose from. I need the bare hand, the goblin deboner for sure. But the honest detector could come in handy. But the coolest item of all is definitely Hammer of emotionally cathartic victories. Don't care what it takes, I'm gonna make that my default weapon. Dang, I never expected a book to be fun. I've got to adventure to find all this stuff. I'll be so buffed that my stats look like phone numbers. So, thanks, I guess. It made me happy to do. You said it was the main character, but don't read too much into it. Don't worry, I won't. Wink. Wink wonk. Nice. Aravi may be the main character and Hex may be the comic relief. But you're definitely the contender for love interest. Praise be to the MacGuffins! I'll use me skills. Oh god, we got a discount one. This concerns me greatly. I don't understand that minigame, I don't understand how you're supposed to pick one. Oh.
I'm thirsty. Let's go take a nap.
Right, I'm pretty sure we still need to go to the woods. While hiking through the woods, you find a tree with the words J plus S forever carved on it. Aww. Then another tree is for J is a liar and cheating. Oh, that's less cute. And yet another tree you find S. I know you bring like 12 people abroad in Europe. Don't dish what you can't take. The last three. S doxes J. It turns out J lives on 7889. Plus 1.99 smarts. Lame. Oh, lame, not lame. Whoops. Boy, you sure can learn from a lot from trees. Afterward, you're very busily making a friendship bracelet, but spooky. When you see Aravi power walking through to your location with a look of fierce determination in her eyes. Okay, I saw the Dragon of Danger Mountain, found the incredibly rare ruby that somehow grows inside a tree, but only during the eclipse, and only if you're leveled up. I tripped a jackalope and got the mouse's glasses back so I could trade him the seed for the bead, and put it on the altar under the well after I drained it using the turtle, and I cleaned the Aegean stables and picked up the Wizard's Farts dry cleaning. Oh, the Wizard Farts dry cleaning, okay. What's next? Huh. Sounds like Aravi's been having quite the day. You ask why she's doing all these random tasks. Ugh, don't get me started. She's doing side quests helping everyone fight their enemies or find rare items, but she can't take 5 minutes to find me a pizza for my side quest? I already told you, ordering a pizza isn't a quest, with high enough EXP reward. We'll do that after the last real side quest for the day. Wanna come along and help out? 2 heads are better than 1. Hey, I thought I was your second head. You've been keeping track of everything like you asked. Oh, great. Let's see what we have left. Robert the robber should date Thomas the raccoon landlord? Heck, these are just shipping charts between all my side quest prospects. What's your point? My point is a list of who should fight and who should F, and the flowchart of love triangles does nothing for me in terms of figuring out my next move. Oh, all those side quests do nothing for me in terms of finding me pizza. Look, if I have the power through all these side quests, I may as well add some drama through my shipping flowcharts. So it plays like some sort of telenovela in my mind. I'm gonna need to get a drink because that's... My throat's kind of hurting a bit. Yeah, it feels a bit better. Luckily for Aravi, evaluating bonkers courses of action based based on what stats they'll give you is practically the only thing you do. Looking at Hex's notes, it's immediately clear which side quest will unlock the ultimate goal, making Aravi smile. Help the local mayor open a TikTok account so he can bond with his teenage son. Collect 10 turnips for the town's guard, who's totally not using them to pleasure himself. Oh dear. We'll go with this so I can bond with his teenage son, why not? Good call. I've defeated dragons and slain monsters, no offense. I've found ancient relics and navigated mazes. How hard could helping one old dude with technology be? Video game equivalent to Smash Cut 2? Thank goodness you're here, says the mayor, standing on top of a pile of on-fire computers. I'll keep trying to follow the usual troubleshooting steps. 1. Turned it off. 2. I never remember what 2 is, so I keep having to just set them all on fire. I love this guy, what a lunatic. I just want to make some memes and gifs for my teenage sons to enjoy the trick tracks. Cool boy. Okay, one thing at a time. It's pronounced memes and gifs with a hard G. I'm with the mayor. I say Jeff. Hex, you're a fiend. Alright, Mr. Mayor. Let's get you acquainted with some common memes so you can get a sense of this generation's humor. Ravi grabs her phone and pulls up a funny auto-tuned video of a guy in his underwear making rainbow slime with help from his cat. Who is he? The mayor asks. I don't know, just some guy. How do you know him? I don't. Why are you showing this to me? Because it's funny. Why? What's the funny part? I don't know, I can't describe it, it's funny. Well, how do you find it? The internet. It's just popular on the internet because some stranger being funny in ways I can't pinpoint. Ah! Ravi flees. You're forced to spend the rest of the day explaining the two C's and the correct usage of the phrase "I'm baby" and what emojis pair best with it. Oh god. The mayor understands none of it, but insists asking a million questions anyway. It drains you of your life force. Here expressed as minus 1.99 boldness and minus 0.99 smarts. That did not go well.
So many choices.
So let's go to the lake. Last night I can. That day you go diving and see what's at the bottom of the lake. You find a comic book. You pick it up, but it's so interesting you stay there reading it. This is bad because you cannot hold your breath indefinitely. You rush to the surface, but before getting there you drown a little and get some lake water in your mouth. Gross. Swallow some of the weird stuff that was in the lake water. Like a whole jellyfish and plus 1.99 fun? What was that doing in there? Afterwards, you meet up with Aravi and Hex. Since you received that mysterious scroll, you three have been on a long, arduous quest. You've solved countless puzzles, followed clue after clue, prepped your inventory, and now you're finally here. The secret location of the Ring of Sustenance.
Boring.
What the F? It's just a big dumb wall. This isn't a bagel shop or a dungeon. I want a refund.
Adventure awaits.
Oh, that's not just a wall. Check out the weird markings. Gotta insert this scepter from the second puzzle, and there, that should do it. Suddenly, the ground below you starts shaking. The wall crumbles away to reveal a huge dark cavern. You hear that telltale door-opening music cue. You also hear a deep, mysterious voice emanating from the cavern. Adventurers, if you seek the Ring of Sustenance, triumph over evil in this dungeon of bread. Yes, that's a mother effing dungeon. I told you so. Ha! Ugh, you're right. There's no arguing with that music cue. Let's get this over with, Aravi. At least let me eat some bread demon flesh while we're in there. Yeah, I'll head into the dungeon of bread, and Aravi is absolutely crushing it. She solves 3 puzzles immediately and then finds a dungeon map without taking any damage.
Ew.
Ooh, dungeon maps suck. Why do you need this map of a dungeon? What is this? School? Are you kidding me? This dungeon map is half the fun, and it gets even better when you get the compass. Aravi takes out the mini-boss in 3 hits, unlocks down the boss key. Soon, you arrive at the boss chamber. It's quiet. Too quiet. This is going to be a sick boss fight. Check out that huge lava pit in the middle of the room. Pretty dodgy if you ask me. But the boss is going to pop out of Ah! Aravi is totally right. The dungeon boss leaps out of the huge pit of lava. It's a massive fire-breathing lizard. You pieces of crap, come into my house. The dungeon boss roars. Fight me to the death! Yikes, you cover in the corner while Aravi battles the dungeon boss. She dodges its attack sequences and gets in a few parries, but her attacks don't seem to be working.
Unbelievable.
Why isn't it taking any damage? This was a bread-based dungeon I didn't expect for a fire-type boss. My weapons aren't optimized for this. We're gonna die. I can't die. I have leftovers in the fridge waiting for me. Calm down. We need to figure out this dungeon boss's weakness. Everybody has a weakness, right? Can't believe I'm saying this, but I need your help. You're going to help Aravi. Or you're going to literally die trying. Quick, what's the best way to figure out this dungeon boss's fatal weakness? Attack its privacy. Hack into its laptop and actually, yeah, I've got 19.99 smarts. Hack into its laptop. Go through its search history to find its weakness. That's genius. Our internet search history reveals our truest, most vulnerable selves. For example, I recently googled how to eat someone's hair without them noticing. Aravi distracts the dungeon boss and you sneakily grab his laptop. It's hacking time, baby! Using your god-level hacking skills, you immediately figure out the boss master's password. Undefeated boss 6969. You start checking through the boss's search history, looking for a weakness. He recently googled how to redecorate a lava pit and boss/adventurer fanart smut lemon. And the boss, demon boss also searched. Should I get the mole on my back checked out? Local fire lizard dermatologist. How to use a mirror to see a mole on my back. That thing on his back is a mole? Wow, I thought it was a glowing red weak point. That thing is inflamed. Hey, dungeon boss. I know we're in the middle of a battle to the death and everything, but you should really get that mole on your back checked out. Wait, for real? Dungeon boss rolls. Time out, are you being serious? The mole is on my back, so I can't see it? Should I go to the doctor? I mean, I'm not an expert, but I would go get it checked out by a dermatologist right away. Yeah, Miguel is right. Skin is the biggest organ in the body. You got to take care of it. I'm going to see my dermatologist right now, the dungeon boss rolls. He leaves the boss chamber, the ring of sustenance appears in the middle of the room. We did it! We defeated the dungeon boss through the magic through the magic power of dermatology. Damn, this ring of sustenance is awesome. When it's equipped, I get a plus 14 boost to my reaction speed. Any damage I take is reduced by half. Plus, it can produce an infinite supply of freshly baked mega bread.
This success
Best
tastes like a
dungeon
good burrito.
ever.
Do you want to be my
Yeah, victory is
support?
ours. Thanks for saving my butt back there. Knew I could count on you. Your adventuring skills have earned you Ravi's respect and a fresh serving of mega bread. The bread gets you a new heart container along with plus 2.99 boldness. The last day of summer. Oh, your summer love bee. Come on, there's only one choice.
Sure.
You seek out your favorite monster slayer. Hey, there's no time for talking. Adventure awaits. Ravi grabs your hands and whisks you away on another adventure. She doesn't talk much, but you've learned talking is not her thing. She's a woman of action, and through action, you bond. You've got an intense dungeon crawling session together. You slay and loot. It's okay. She's got her way of connecting with her feelings. You feel like you can wait. It's hard to keep up with her, Ravi, but good news is, after all of your plundering and battling, there's also time for relaxing. Wink. When the intensity of battle wears off, Ravi seems to lower her guard. She may not confess her feelings today, but there's time. Today, what she does ask you to what she does is ask you to wash her back. And for now, that's more than enough. No. Just gonna print screen that. Before we knew it, those weeks were gone. Felt like a hot minute, and it felt like an entire lifetime. That night, as we saw summer coming to an end, we all wondered what could come next for us. It felt like the end of something big. Little did we know, life still had many wonders and misadventures in store for us. Now I'm older and I can see it. How those years became the foundation of mythology of our lives. Broken hearts turned tragedies sung for centuries. Wild nights became epics treasured forever. Every kiss and every laugh is now a constellation we'll always find while gazing into the starry night, no matter how many years go by.